Alright, welcome to today's class. In today's class, we will be dealing on Argand diagram, still under complex numbers. So what is an Argand diagram? The graphical representation of a complex number is called an Argand diagram. So this is what an Argand diagram is. It is a graphical representation of a complex number. So the vertical axis is the imaginary part, which is I, and then the horizontal axis is the real part, which is x. So we have positive x at the right hand side and negative x at the left hand side. And for the vertical side, we have positive I at the top and negative I at the bottom. Alright, so let's take some examples. If z or z is equal to 3 plus 2i, and we are asked to represent this complex number in an Argand diagram, our first task is to identify the terms given. X, recall that x is the real part, and the real part in this complex number is 3. So x is equal to 3. And then I is the imaginary part, is equal to, the coefficient of I here is 2. So I is 2. You can see that I and x are both positives. So x is positive and then I is positive. So x and I are positive, so it falls within this region. So now let's draw the Argand diagram. So this is positive I. And then this is positive x. Alright, so what's the value of x? The value of x is 3. You can calibrate this. So you have here, you have 1, you have 2, and then you have 3. Same thing applies there. You have 1 and you have 2. So the value of x is 3 and the value of I is 2. So let's trace it. So here we have, this is 2. And then this is 3. So now let's draw the line that cuts across. So this is the line. So 2 for I meets with 3 for x. And this line is called the modulus of complex number R. Here we have the angle, which is known as theta. Alright, so this is how to draw an Argand diagram. Let's take another example. If z is equal to 4 minus 5i, and we are asked to draw the Argand diagram of z. Now, x is the real part, and the real part in this complex number is 4. And then I is the imaginary part, and the coefficient of the imaginary part in this complex number is -5. So we have here -5. So now let's draw the Argand diagram. You can see that x is positive and then I is negative. So let's check where it falls. X is positive and I is negative. So it falls within this region. So it falls within this region. So we have this is -I, and this is positive x. So let's number it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then for I, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. I is -5 and x is +4. So if we trace it, we will have -5, we have and then +4. So this is where it meets. So now let's draw the line. So this is the line, and this line is called R. Remember that R is the modulus of complex number. And then there is an angle here. This angle is called the theta. So this is how we draw an Argand diagram.